Hey guys, and welcome to the 6th tutorial for beginners in C++. I know it's been a while, but I got sick again, and then Battlefield 3 came out. But I'm feeling better, and I've probably played too much Battlefield 3, so we might as well just get into this video. Today we're going to do 4 loops, and yeah, just 4 loops. Basically, if you have like a piece of code you want to do a couple times, it's nice to have a loop to loop over that section to get it done a couple times. So I'm just going to go ahead and start a new project here. Not C#, C++. I normally like to have this stuff set up ahead of time, but it seems like I am slacking just a bit. See, number 6. Whenever I save my... Hold on a second. Yeah, alright. And then call it for loops. I think I just lost my train of thought, but I can't remember what I was saying. Just pretend like I wasn't saying anything at all. I had no item. Shoot fair. Just gonna include our regular items here. Wow. Stop. What is that? Oh, okay, alright. Just gonna avoid one here. Just avoid one. Alright. So, the first thing, we're just gonna make a couple variables here. Oh no, let's do this. Yeah, we'll just do a little variable here. We'll do include string. Still out of this right now. Alright. We're just gonna have a string called message. It's gonna say looping, because we went over strings, right? Yes. Yes, we did. Alright. So basically, for a for loop, it's for set of brackets, but there's 3 main pieces to a for loop, and each piece is separated with a semicolon inside the loop. Kind of annoying, I know, but just the way it's done. So I'm just going to space it out. So the first thing, the first section is where you can create a variable, which is usually meant as a counter, because a for loop can be done a certain amount of times just on its own. So usually we call it I for the index, and we set 0. So this finish the section, the semicolon. The second section is basically like it's a little if statement that basically says, as long as this is true, I will continue to run, which is where you can set the number. So if you were to do I is less than 10, then as long as I, which we're going to increase by 1 every time we do a loop, less than 10, then it will do the loop for us. And if it's higher than 10 or equal to 10, it'll kick out and just jump over the block. The next part is where we're going to tell what's going to happen every time I do the for loop. We're just going to say we're going to increase I by 1. That's called it's an incrementer. It brings up your integer by 1. Really weird. Alright. Then I set a semicolon, or squirrely brackets for the next block of code. And this is basically what happens every time our loop goes. So every time every time there's a loop, we're gonna see out our message. I'm gonna change the message a little bit here. Just some practice with variables there. So say message, then we're going to say I, because that's a variable that we can use inside this block. It's basically going to say how many times it's looped. Haven't got quite over the goal yet. And then we're just going to put times. And you want, for what we're doing, we want the endl because it's going to put it like 10 lines. We don't want to just kind of block together. So what we've got here, so we've got our integer that gets created for this block of code, the statement that makes sure when to kick out and when to stay in the block of code, and just a thing saying, hey, I want to increase this by 1 every time. So if we save and run this guy, alright, so we're looping 0 times, 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, alright. Now it did it 10 times, but since we started at 0, which programmers normally do, it ends at 9, because that's 10 times. Basically, the first time we came in here, 0, or I was 0, which is less than 10. And on the 10th time, it was a 9, which is less than 10. And then on the 10 loop, which would have been 11, it was greater than 10. That's why I do it that way. You can also do any kind of if statement kind of thing here. So you could also do is less than or equal to 10. That will do it 11 times and give us that 10th looping time. See? Got it. It's kind of everything. Yeah, I think that was a short one. That's alright though. The next video we're gonna do is do some arrays, because arrays and loops kind of go together. Or maybe we'll do a while loop. Who knows? Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.